Welcome fellow adventurer and dungeon master to a brand new episode of my Homebrew Corner unlocked by your efforts. My name is Model 42, and today we look at the Xenomorph, a set of creatures that you can unleash on your experienced players and are a whole lot of fun to survive against. Before we begin, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for 250 plus of you liking what I do, and if you watch this and have not subscribed it and want more, please do so. The next homebrew will come at 500, and if you stay to the end of the video, you get a teaser of what it will be. Another monster that is not only near and dear to my heart like the one we look at in a moment, but probably my favorite movie monster of all time. Stay tuned. From the reaches of deep space came the elves, in a time which is not recorded anymore and only known of by some of the eldest and most prestigious scientists in Galarian. They stayed on this world and became one of its prime inhabitants, trading their science for magic and becoming one with the world. However, eons ago, one or more of their old ships crashed onto the world and was buried by tons and tons of rubble, its remarkable technology saving it from destruction and still working to this day. Most likely, its cargo, aside from the dead people on board, are hundreds of eggs containing an experiment from days long since past, a creature so horrible, it can wipe out the entirety of Galarian. This is the Xenomorph, a quite intelligent beast with vaguely humanoid features and capabilities of surviving on the most hostile planets by being even more hostile. The Xenomorph in all of its three forms listed in this video was created following the rules and guidelines presented in the Game Mastery Guide for Pathfinder 2nd edition and is balanced to be a beatable encounter, but also trying to capture the horror and power of the beast we came to love from the Alien franchise. The abilities chosen and designed are based on the first 4 movies, not including things from the comics, video games or further movies made, to stay true to the core concept of what makes this creature so scary. Before we look at the 3 forms, we have to look at an ability that is shared by all 3 forms, which is called Acid for Blood, and states the following: whenever the Xenomorph suffers damage through a weapon attack or unarmed attack, its blood will burst out in a 5-foot emanation and deal 1d10 plus X acid damage, X being its level, to anyone in the area, after a basic reflex save. If dealt acid damage, for each equipped non-magical piece of gear, the wearer makes another reflex save against a DC of 14 plus the level of the Xenomorph. On a fail, the piece of gear becomes broken, or destroyed if it is already broken. On a critical fail, it is destroyed immediately. If you want to increase the power of this feature, because your party seems unstoppable, you can remove the non-magical clause and increase the DC by 1d6. Most abilities will be described by me in an abridged form, but further rules are listed here as well. When it comes to the traits of these abilities, add either attack, move, acid or Xenomorph, depending on what it does, but the creature is so simple in its design, traits mostly do not matter. Let's now take a look at the Face Hugger, which is a level 3 beast of small size and like all Xenomorphs is of neutral alignment. It has a perception of +9 and has the beast trait. Its stats are nothing that special, but you can see that it is quite strong and quick for such a little creature, has decent hit points, decent fortitude, great reflexes, a basic will save as well as an AC of 18, which is okay. It is decent in acrobatics and good in athletics and stealth, making it a shocker to use if you play it like an ambush hunter, which is actually the standard of how these creatures act. It also is immune against acid damage, weak to fire and resistant to cold, can move 30 feet, climb with 15 feet and swim with 10 feet, making it tricky to run away from or give it more hiding places. The Face Hugger has no actual attacks in the common sense, but has a jump attack that costs 1 action with a +10 attack roll, which is quite high, though it can only use it when undetected to a creature in 15 feet range or when striding first into Z range. Just like in the movie, it will latch onto the face of the target and has to make an athletics check against the target's fortitude DC to see if it can keep the hold. If that happens, it will constrict the target to unconsciousness immediately. If it was a critical, it may even use the next ability we talk about for free. This ability is called Impregnate, and uses 3 actions to start, following an activity of 10 minutes to lay an egg inside its chosen host. After a time, the Face Hugger will let go and die and the host will awaken later. However, a creature will burst out of the host's chest in a while, either bringing it close to death or outright killing it. After fleeing and hiding, that small creature, called Chest Burster, will grow up in 24 hours, becoming a Xenomorph drone. As long as the face hugger is latched onto a target, all attempts to remove it or hurt it will start at constricting the host, which deals quite a lot of damage. Also, there is a chance that this might be a royal face hugger, which usually has one elite adjustment, and changes the burst outs to a guaranteed kill while birthing a future Xenomorph queen. Usually these stronger face huggers choose stronger and talented hosts to ensure their queen being stronger and better. Most chestbusters will grow up to be a drone, which is a level 8 beast humanoid of large size and neutral alignment, having a high perception aided by dark vision, their eyes being hidden in the humanoid skulls inside their frontal lobe, which is difficult to see in the movies but very good if you look at the movie props. Half of its attributes are really good, the other half not so much, but it has decent hit points, good fortitude, amazing reflexes, a basic will save and pretty good armor class, with its skills being good in acrobatics and athletics, even better in survival, and amazing in intimidation and stealth. It shares its resistances, weaknesses and immunities with the face hugger, but can move 30 feet in all 3 speeds, making it a ferocious and hard to get rid of hunter. It also has 3 attacks, the first being its plus 20 claw attack dealing good damage, followed by its plus 18 tail attack with a reach of 10 feet, which is the weakest attack it has, and the iconic plus 18 bite attack, which deals high damage. Speaking of its bite attack, the first ability, called Inner Mouth, costs 3 actions to make and can only be done on a grab target of smaller size, which is medium or smaller, and the target has to make a tough will save to make the following reflex save to dodge the attack easier. With good luck the target gets an escape attempt, but on the opposite side, it might suffer critical damage or outright die. The Xenomorph drone can also spend 10 minutes or 1 hour per 5 feet square to cocoon a medium-sized or smaller creature and even the area, which is difficult to break for weaker characters and gives it ideal hiding spots. It also is a master of hiding, being almost undetectable in such an area or in darkness, though magic makes it easier to find. It will only become visible until doing a whole turn with up to 3 actions. While in this hiding place, it can make a surprise attack reaction that has the same triggers as an attack of opportunity, though only allows it to attack with its claws and on a successful grab even striding once. The drone has only a limited free will and usually it receives orders from the queen that birthed its egg what to do, though if no orders are given or the queen is dead, it will roam around the area and kill or capture targets at leisure, still using eggs like normally. The most interesting feature to me is the heritage, since if the Xenomorph came out of a player character, it also gains their first class level, minus the ability to cast spells, and also gains their traits and design features. For example, horns and demonic features for a tiefling or feminine and almost hauntingly beautiful features from a female elf Arsima. The height of evolution is represented by the Queen of the Hive, which is a gargantuan level 17 beast humanoid with neutral alignment, though actually can be lawful, chaotic, good or evil depending on you, since she is of higher intelligence. She has amazing perception aided by dark vision, can use telepathy to give orders to her face huggers and drones and even can understand common, though is not able to speak herself. She has decent stats with strength, constitution and wisdom being very high, has a stunning 395 hit points, amazing fortitude, weaker reflexes, decent willpower and a high armor class of 43. She is decent in acrobatics, stealth and survival, though shines in athletics and intimidation. She is immune to acid and cold damage, but suffers more damage from fire, can move with 60 feet because of her wide stride, and even swims and climbs 25 feet, making her an unrelenting hunter. Her attacks are the same as the drones, though all with a reach of 10 to 25 feet and dealing high damage, with her bite being the strongest by far. Her abilities mirror the drones, but with higher DCs or requirements, though she has some of her own. If she rests and gestates for a month, she has grown an egg sac and can produce eggs, usually being cocooned partly to the walls and ceilings, only giving her the option to use her bite attack, laying eggs or ripping off the egg sac, which hurts her. Laying an egg requires 3 actions, and usually drones carry those eggs to a determined place. If a living creature is next to an egg or the queen tells it to, the egg opens and the face hugger will try to attach itself to a target creature to breed with. When an egg is laid, roll a d20, on a 1 or 5% if you want to use a d100. The face hugger inside is a royal one, carrying the egg of a future queen. What makes her an even more variable creature is her superior heritage feat, which works like the one from the drone, but with devastating differences. She gets 1d6 class levels of the basic class that player or NPC had and is able to cast most spells, though this will increase her level overall up to a maximum of 23. Since those movies are widely known, I will not tell you how to use them. Just let your players stumble upon said derelict ship, or have someone do experiments with such an egg, letting such a creature or even a queen loose in an environment of your choice. The heritage ability can make some nice twists, so use it to your advantage. Again, I thank you so much for sticking with me for close to 3 months now, and the next Homebrew monster will become available at 500 subs and will, for those who do not know that amazing movie in its extended format, be a mixture of a succubus and vampire from space. Thank you for sticking with me till the end of the video. Do not forget to leave a like if you find this content interesting or cool, subscribe for more stuff and guides, and leave me a comment how you would use this creature in your games. See you somewhere in Galarian, my friends, hopefully in an area where our screams will be heard.